Now, I do want to say this. Why did I title this one Breakout Star? She's been on this side of YouTube for less than a month. I remember seeing her when House of Hypocrites came on Anton's morning show explaining the 7 baby mamas thing. I remember seeing her then, but I was like, okay, she's just a new girl that popped up and it's all good. Then she kept on coming back. And unlike the other women that come on our side of the platform, she was literally putting her boot in every man's ass every day. I'm looking like, who is this girl? I don't know who this chick is. And I was like, you know what? I need to have a sit down talk with her. So I need to ask Fantasy, how did you find this side of YouTube?
So actually, I guess I found this side of YouTube trying to understand the Manosphere better. So I started out watching Kevin Samuels. Then a week later, he passed. And I'm like, wait, what? Is this real? So after that, I'm searching for like the next person that's picking up what he's doing. And in the meantime, I find Kendra G's show. And my friend's like, oh, you should be on Kendra's show. You're single. You have like a bunch of men here, but you could have options everywhere and you could choose the best out of that. So I was like, okay. So I did Kendra G and it was so late. I was so tired. Like that was my first time like staying up to be on a show, right? So I was exhausted, but I did Kendra's show and it was fine. Like I got a lot of good feedback, a lot of good options, but the feedback that I listened to the most was go back to your kid's father, go back to your ex-husband. So I was like, maybe I should make things work with my ex-husband. So I hit him up, we tried, and then it was just like, he's about to leave again. And that was a big problem in our marriage. He was always deploying. So I was like, look, I can't come back to this. I'm not about this life. I got to be honest with you. And he understood. He was like, you deserve everything. He was like, you're a wonderful woman. So he kind of knew that I was going to go back to my ex-boyfriend. And that's who I'm with now. And after I broke up with him, that's when I found Thon Lexi. He did a review on my Kendra episode. And he was like ripping me to shreds. Like, oh, she's delusional. She thinks she deserves a 6-figure man. She doesn't deserve anything. But
did you ask for a 6-figure man?
I did, and I have one. So it's like I hear what you're saying. I know it's not frequent, but I know that I'm capable of it and I have that. So yeah, he was just very salty. But now we're cool. Like I'm always at his show, BLP family. Like, but then I realized that there were lives of other shows. Like I only knew about his lives, him, and then he told me about Chantel. So I started watching her lives. Then I saw the live tab and that was like game over. I was like, oh my God, there's so many options to be on other people's panels. So that's when I started clicking them, seeing what they were talking about. And it felt a lot like Clubhouse. Have you been on Clubhouse?
Oh yeah, I'm constantly on Clubhouse. Taking a little break, but I'm constantly on Clubhouse.
Yeah, I've been like, I take long breaks from Clubhouse because I was on a heavy in the beginning. But it reminds me a lot of Clubhouse, except you can see people and you can see their reactions, which like kind of gets me in a lot more trouble now. But I figured it would be more helpful for them to see like I'm a calm, genuine person. I'm not trying to come at you aggressively, anything like that. But it doesn't help. It doesn't help at all. So we'll see. But yeah, I saw Anton and I saw him going off on somebody. And I was like, who is this asshole? That's what I was thinking. But I take it back now. But I hated him. I was like, oh, he's so freaking mean. Like the way he was talking to people, yes. I was like, I was hurting for the people he was talking about. Like, and I didn't know them at all. But I was like, that is so mean. I was so mad. But then like listening to like the way he gets talked to, the things that he goes through, the way that he uplifts his team, the way he uplifts his back chasers, I'm like, okay, he's like the villain that you love to hate. Like,
right.
He's not what you think. He's not just, oh, he's a monster. It's much deeper. So yeah, I kind of went off on him. I was like trying to tell him about himself when I didn't really know him that well. So people were really irritated. They were like, "Oh, she just got here. What does she know?" And I'm like, "Well, look, I've been here for a week, and this is what I've seen this week."
Right.
So
And
yeah,
that has genuinely been majority of people's expression of Anton. Like, I remember my family members called her. I was like, "This is just nothing but a bully." And I
yeah,
remember, and of course, when my wife heard about him, she had felt a way about it. Then when we went to,
yeah,
it does. Assholes don't really bother me. It's
yeah.
like, are you making sense in your assholeness? And Anton makes a lot of sense.
Yes, he
But
does.
when you meet him in person, I swear to God, you see, and Anton, take no disrespect when I say this.
Yeah, no
He,
disrespect from me either.
yeah, he could come. If I was to call Anton a fraud, it'll be because he's such a hard ass when the camera's on. But when you meet him in person, the realest, coolest, nicest guy you will ever meet.
I believe you. I already know that. He was that way with me when I was on Fight Club and I went off and I was like, "Nigga." He was like, "Don't worry about it. Don't even worry about this at all." And now look, everybody's talking about Pearl. Everybody's throwing out the N word. Everybody's talking about Pearl. So it's like he was right. He's just calm when you're like freaked out. So I was like, he's a good man to be around. So like when everybody was like giving him freaking smoke, I was like, they're fake. That shit's fake as fuck. Like he will be there for you when you going through the shit too. So
100%. I will compare him to Greg Popovich, the San Antonio Spurs coach.
Oh.
When you see him on TV and on the court, that's who you get. When you see him off the TV, being charitable, speaking up for players, speaking up on social issues, I'm like, this is two different people. But I love them both. That's how I feel about Anton. So
exactly.
Trust me when I say.
So now when he pops his shit, I'm there. And when people pop off, I'm ready. Like I want to get up there and like. But I'm like, you know what? He got this. He got all the power to get rid of that. Yeah, exactly.
Yes, we love Anton.